Please be seated. Would you pray with me? Gracious and holy God, we give you thanks for today and for all the days that led to this one. In your will, our lives are lived, and by your wisdom, truth is found. Give us diligence to seek you, wisdom to perceive you, and patience to wait for you. Grant us, great God, a mind to meditate on you, eyes to behold you, ears to listen for your word, a heart to love you, and a life to proclaim you, through the power of the Spirit of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. On behalf of the leadership team of the Hope Western Prison Education Program, I want to welcome you to this Commencement Day, the second in our program's history. Welcome to Presidents Matt Scogan and Felix Negraa, to the administrators, professors, and staff, and community members of Hope College and Western Theological Seminary who are here in this room with us and who are joining through the live stream from Hope's main campus. Welcome and thank you to our partners from the Michigan Department of Corrections, Director Washington, Mr. Kaminski and his education team, Warden Jim Schiebner and Deputy Warden Winger, and all of the staff and officers from Muskegon Correctional Facility. I'm truly grateful that our shared work has made this day possible. Welcome to all of our current students and graduate tutors and those who have recently completed their GED. Welcome to the many donors and supporters who have enabled this program through the gifts of your time, talent, and treasure. Our graduates and students are so grateful to you for making this possible for them. Thank you. A special welcome to the family members, friends, and loved ones of our graduates. Thank you for the sacrifice and effort that you made to be here today to support and celebrate with your loved one. They are so excited to share this important day with you. And finally, welcome and congratulations to our graduates. You have worked so hard to reach this point, and you have succeeded in earning your degree. We are all incredibly proud of you. It is wonderful to have all of you here to join in this celebration, and now I would like to welcome to the podium Deputy Warden Janine Winger, who will provide a welcome on behalf of the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Warden Schiebner, who unfortunately could not be here today, but he is here in spirit because he really is watching, I think, the live stream as well. The faculty, the staff, the administration, it's my honor to welcome you to the 2026 commencement ceremony of the Hope Western Theological Prison Education Program at the Muskegon Correctional Facility. Today we gather to celebrate a tremendous milestone, the achievements, dedication, and resilience of the graduating class of 2026. Graduates, this moment is the result of countless hours of hard work, late night studying, problem solving, questioning, growing, dreaming. You have navigated the challenges both expected and unexpected, and you've done so with determination and heart. You should be incredibly proud of yourselves. To the families and friends, Most of you have met already in the back room. Friends, mentors, and supporters, and those who stood alongside our graduates, thank you. Your encouragement and belief in them made this day possible, and we are glad you could help come celebrate with us. It means the world to the graduates. I met with them yesterday, and they were all very excited for you all to be here today. As we begin today's ceremonies, we invite you to reflect not only on what has been accomplished, but also the possibilities that lie ahead. This is not just a celebration of the past, but a pivot point into the future with potential, purpose, and opportunity. Congratulations, graduates. You've earned it. And now I'd like to introduce Kyle Kaminski, the Administrator of the Office of Offender Success for the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Deputy Winger just shared, my name is Kyle Kaminski, and I'm the Administrator for Offender Success within the Department of Corrections. What that boils down to is basically I get to oversee a lot of the very interesting, positive, and impactful parts of the department, education, reentry, programming. And I stand before you today on behalf of Director Heidi Washington. Attending graduations is one of her favorite things, but unfortunately she was called away to another facility today, so she asked me to step in, and so I will do my best in carrying out that mission on behalf of the department. I have to start with many thank yous, and that'll probably be a theme that you'll recognize as we go through today and you hear the speakers. But first, I want to start by thanking Deputy Winger and Warden Schiebner and the entire team here at the Muskegon Correctional Facility for making not just a day like this possible, but a program like this possible. It takes a lot of work day in and day out, things both seen and unseen, but this is a facility that is clearly fully committed to this program and to the mission of this work. I'd like to thank our two partners, represented by President Scogan and President Negraa, and their entire teams. It's a lot of work to welcome and support an additional campus, a ways away from the normal home campus, but it's a real sign of their commitment to this work, that not only do they allow this to happen, no, they champion this happening at both of their institutions. And that's really significant and really shows through with all of the instructors and the support staff and everybody else that it takes to make a program like this a reality. I want to thank my teams that are here, some of which are up on the dais. Education Manager Heather Gay, Assistant Education Manager Sean Taluki, here at the facility, Principal Leslie, CPC Short, but I also have a lot of other people in the crowd today, not only from this facility, but from other facilities. And I just want to say, and I won't ask for a show of hands, but the reality is many people who find themselves incarcerated enter this system with some work to do educationally. They have not necessarily entered the system at a point where they're ready to go to college, and so it is our teachers who really light the spark for many of these gentlemen that we then see them carry on when it comes to programs like this. I'm probably forgetting folks, so I do want to thank the chef from across the way who has prepared some wonderful food for us to share after the formal ceremony. But now I want to thank one group in particular. Actually, before I get to that, I want to thank two gentlemen in particular. Dr. Richard Ray, who's seated in the crowd and looking at me, and Dr. David Stubbs. David was reminding me of some of our early communications about the foundation of this program. When we weren't really sure if it would happen or not, but I found two willing partners. They probably thought, who's this guy from corrections? I don't know if this will work. But we worked through it and really helped build something significant here. And just as graduations are sort of a recognition of a change and advancement and completion, David will be stepping away from the program co-director role. This is kind of his final formal thing. And then Dr. Ray actually stepped away some years ago, and somehow he was convinced to take on even more work than what he was doing by leading the Michigan Consortium on Higher Education in Prison that is very focused on bringing opportunities like this to men and women throughout the state's prison system with 14 post-secondary partners. But even in that role, he has finally decided to step away. And so I thank him for all his work in both functions and wish him the best. Now I want to turn to the, looks like 3 rows ahead of me, and that's the friends and family. First, I want to say thank you all for being here. It means a lot. I see a lot of school pride, particularly this group in the middle. I love to see that. I'm not a Flying Dutchman myself, but clearly you are proud to have a family member who's a Flying Dutchman, and I think that's really wonderful. I'm going to ask, though, before I move to the graduates, that not only the graduates, but every other gentleman in this room thank the friends and family for being here. And I understand these may not be your specific friends and family, but the reality is almost all of you have somebody like this who is supporting you during this time and this often difficult time. And so I would just ask all of you to recognize the friends and family that are here today with a round of applause for being here to support their graduates. So now I'm going to turn to the graduates. And my team knows there's some things I usually say when I get the opportunity to speak. I might weave them in, I might not, but I feel a certain kindred spirit here, and I'm kind of pulled in another direction. And I will say at the outset that maybe this is heavily influenced by the idea or the fact that I am a second sibling. So I was not the first, but I was the second. And as I look at the second cohort, I think about, what is it like to be the second cohort? And I was here for the graduation for the first cohort, and it was wonderful. It was exciting. But I think about the expectations, the challenges, the opportunities that are unique to a second cohort. You know, if the first cohort sort of got lost in their journey, no one really noticed because they weren't on a defined path, right? They could kind of just correct and get there. But you all come in with the expectations that you both have to live up to the first cohort, but then not simply replicate what they did. So you're held to that higher set of expectations of basically your instructors know what you're capable of, but then they also expect you to push this program further. And not only did you take that on, but you excelled at that. You took everything that was good about this program that you stepped into as the second group, but then you moved it in a direction that represents your own work and your kind of cohort spirit. That is not easy. That is oftentimes, I think, one of the most difficult things. When you're first, it's very exciting. Everything's new. But when you're second, not only are some things not new, but some things are just weighed down with the expectations of what it means to be second. But you never let that pull you back as a group. And now, as you go through this and you celebrate today, you can say, not only did you graduate, but you left an indelible mark on this program so that the cohorts that follow behind you will not only be influenced by the first cohort, but they'll also be strongly influenced by the second cohort. I think the second cohort, though, also is tasked with, again, expectations that might exceed those that came before you. So now as graduates, the question becomes, what will you do? The finish line is not today. Today is a celebratory pause on your larger journey, and I do want to make sure that you get the chance to celebrate today, but it's not done today. And so I am going to ask you to do three things, and this is where my team is going to snicker at me now because I feel strongly about this, and I bring this up in a lot of my things, but I think there's three things that I expect of you as graduates. One, I want you to continue to learn something new every day. If you are done with your quest for knowledge, something about your education didn't quite connect with you. You should be seeking out and learning every single day. Now, it may not be in the same formal way that you have been for the last several years as students, but by now you know there are things to be learned from people and places and opportunities that aren't in a classroom but can have a profound impact on your life. The second thing is, I want you to teach every day. You've kind of crossed that threshold now. You have knowledge. I mean, you had knowledge before, but you have even more knowledge now than when you started. You are obligated to share that knowledge with those around you. That might be a cohort that's behind you. It might be gentlemen who are here that are in a different program. It might be your families, although don't bore them. Share interesting knowledge with them. But you have an obligation to share knowledge because now you are college graduates. And that is an expectation of you that knowledge and education isn't something that we just take and we hold for ourselves. It's something we gain and we curate and then we share back out with others to help lift them up as well. And then the final thing, so those two things I'd ask you to do every single day as your mission. Get up in the morning and say, am I going to learn something today? Am I going to teach something today? The final thing is not a daily thing because it's a bigger lift. But that final thing is, do something that advances our understanding collectively so that it's not just gaining knowledge that already exists and sharing it, but actually creating knowledge in some meaningful way. It might be something you studied. It might be an experience you've had in your life. It might be just a hobby or a passion that you are more focused on than anybody else. But I would ask, to somehow move us forward in some meaningful way in one of those areas. Leave an imprint. You've already left an imprint. Trust me, you've left an imprint by what you've done so far, but leave an even greater imprint on human understanding based on what you do. And so I'm going to ask you to take on those 3 tasks, and remember those 3 tasks, and carry those forward. The last thing, and I'm going to take this is kind of shameless, but I hear there are a lot of people watching the live stream back on main campus. There's probably friends and family watching. Be not just stewards, but champions of the idea that education should be available for all. Now, you can say that, and I hope you do say that any chance you get, but even more importantly, you need to show that. Show that with your interactions in this facility, show that with your interactions with your family, show that with your interactions with your community to dispel the myth that education is only for some. Higher education is for all, it can impact all, and you are living embodiments of that. And so I would ask you again, be champions, be vocal about that. Congratulations to cohort number 2. You've done a wonderful job. I look forward to celebrating you further today. And with that, I will welcome up President Scogan.
Colleagues, family and friends, members of the community, on behalf of myself and President Felix Theo Negraa from our partner institution, Western Theological Seminary, it's my distinct honor to welcome you to the 2026 Hope College Commencement Ceremony. This marks the 161st year that Hope College has been hosting commencement festivities, but it's only the 2nd year we've gathered inside these walls to have a commencement. This is a historic occasion. It's a historic occasion for us and for you. My name is Matt Scogan, and I have the profound joy of serving as the president of Hope College. And today, we are gathered to celebrate a truly extraordinary group of people, the Hope College class of 2026. As we celebrate you, I want to first take a moment to acknowledge all of the people who made this day possible, because the truth is no one gets to graduation alone. Let's first recognize and thank the faculty and staff of Hope and Western Theological Seminary who have poured out their hearts and their minds and their lives over you for these past 4 years. Second, we're deeply grateful for the Michigan Department of Corrections, Director Washington, Mr. Kaminski, and the education team, Warden Schiebner, and the dedicated staff and officers here at the Muskegon Correctional Facility. Thank you for all that you've done to make this transformative program possible. Third, we can applaud for that. Third, I want to thank the families and friends and guests of these graduates. You've offered endless support and encouragement from afar, and they're here because of your encouragement. So we're grateful for you and all that you've done to support them. Finally, I want to recognize the donors and friends of this program who have championed this and made this historic moment possible. We have some of them gathered here in this room. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Borachter family. Sibylla and Jim Borachter are here. Your family has championed this program from the very beginning. We recently lost George Borachter. He would have loved to have been here, and we're grateful for all that your family has done to support this program. There's also a room full of people back on Hope's main campus in Holland who are watching this live, and that room consists of fellow students and donors and members of the community and faculty. There are a lot of people a lot of people who are excited about this moment and proud of you, the class of 2026. Graduates, I want to talk to you. Today you are commencing. We call this a commencement ceremony or sometimes a graduation ceremony. But the reality is those two words, commencement and graduation, actually mean the exact opposite of how most people use those words. We tend to think of this as an ending, as a conclusion or a finish line. But that's not what either of those words mean. To graduate means to move from one level to the next. It means to progress. It means to rise. And to commence means to begin. So what exactly are you beginning today? Well, I don't think I could say it any better than last year's commencement speaker, the one and only Dr. Fred Johnson, our beloved professor of history at Hope who passed away earlier this year after suffering cardiac arrest. I don't know exactly how it works. I have a good feeling that he's watching this ceremony right now. At the very least, the angels are watching, and they're going to tell him all about it. Would you do me a favor and make a joyful noise in honor of Fred Johnson? I also want to recognize before we move on that you lost one of your peers this year, Andrew Owens, in cohort 3. It's been a year, hasn't it? It's been a year. If you were here last year on this occasion, you will recall the magnificent speech that Dr. Fred Johnson gave from this stage at this very moment. It was powerful. It moved me. It moved me so much that afterward, at the celebration in the gymnasium, I went up to Fred and I said, "Fred, that speech was incredible. Could you please send me a copy of it so that I can read it again?" Without saying a word, he reached into his suit jacket and he pulled this out. This is the speech. It's a copy of the speech that he read from last year. And I have to say that personally, this is one of my most prized possessions. This is the original speech that Fred Johnson read at the very first Hope College commencement inside the Muskegon Correctional Facility. Do you remember the title of this speech? The title of the speech was Resurrection Men. Fred was answering that question. What are you rising up to? You are graduating. You are moving up to a new level. What are you rising up to? What are you beginning? He said you are rising up to a new level of life. You are becoming a resurrection man. In other words, today you are being raised up into a new season of your life to fulfill the calling that God had for you a long time ago, to fulfill your ultimate destiny. Fred, of course, now knows the full glorious extent of what it means to be a resurrection man. He has been resurrected into a new body. He has graduated from this land of tears and commenced into a life of joy that will never end. But today, right here, right now, even while living in this broken world, you are also beginning a new life. Long before Fred Johnson called all of you resurrection men, the prophet Isaiah spoke of exactly this kind of holy transformation. It's in Isaiah 61. And it happens to be the first sermon that Jesus preached. He quoted from this passage, Isaiah 61. I'll read it to you. It says, "The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives and release from darkness for the prisoners, to comfort all who mourn, and to provide, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair." Isaiah goes on to say that those who receive this grace will be called oaks of righteousness, a planting of the Lord for the display of his splendor. And graduates, that's what you are. You are resurrection men. You are oaks of righteousness. Today you've earned the right to say to anyone who asks, and anyone who doesn't ask, I went to college, and I got a degree. And that's a big deal. That's a really big deal. You are receiving a degree today, and that degree has your name on it. And it also has another name. It has the name Hope on it. You are commencing from a place called Hope for one big reason: to bring hope to a broken world. What is hope? Well, I'll give you my definition. My definition of hope is a confident expectation that the future is going to be better than the past. The future than the past. And you know as well as I do that it takes real bravery, it takes real courage to believe that today. You may remember the Greek myth, Pandora's box. In the story, the gods place all the evils of the world in one box. Pandora is curious, so she opens it. As she does, all these miseries, all these evils escape into the world. So she closes the box as soon as she can. She closes it, though, just in time to trap one thing. There's one thing left trapped in the box. You know what it is? It's hope. And it leaves us with this haunting question: why in the world was hope in a box full of evil? But here's the truth. If hope for you is nothing more than wishful thinking, then it actually will seem cruel, because it will set you up for disappointment. If you don't believe in a God who has promised to bring history to a good ending, then hope will feel like a trap. But as followers of Jesus, we do believe in a God who has promised a beautiful conclusion to this story. God has made promises about the future. He has promised to turn your ashes into beauty. He's promised to turn your mourning into dancing and death into resurrection. And these promises allow us to experience the present differently, not with a hope that's a vague wish, but with a hope that's a total assurance, with a hope that is based on certainty and confidence. Today, you are not graduating from wishful thinking college. You're graduating from Hope College. And a person of hope believes with confidence that the future is going to be better than the past. The future is the past. I don't know what's in your past, and I don't care. Because what I know is that a person of Jesus is always forward-looking. Jesus himself says, anyone who puts a hand to the plow and looks backward is not fit for service in the kingdom of God. Paul says in Philippians 3, let's forget what's behind and press forward. Forward. Followers of Jesus look forward. And you all, you men of hope, you're going to look forward and you're going to run toward the hardest, messiest, most broken things you can find, and you're going to run toward them saying, I believe this can be made new. I believe this can be made new because I believe in a God who says, with me all. I like this audience. When you really believe that, when you really believe that to your core, and I know you do, something powerful happens inside of you. You become a person of impact. I happen to believe that the people who have the most hope will have the most impact on this world. There is a direct correlation. The more hope you have, the more impact you will have. And you gentlemen have a lot of hope. You have a lot of hope. Hold on to it with everything you've got. Hold on to it with all you've got, because the world needs it. The world needs it like it's never needed it before. That means the world needs you like it's never needed you before. Gentlemen, one last word. When this ceremony ends, you and I will suddenly have something in common. You walked into this room as students. You will walk out of this room as graduates. And that makes us peers. And as peers, I no longer want you to call me President Scogan. I want you to call me Matt, because that's my name. And we're now peers. We're partners in this mission of bringing hope to the world. And I can't wait for the day. And for some reason, I imagine this happening in the middle of the night. And I imagine one of you calling me, and you say, President Scogan, I'm sorry to bother you, but I just made a major discovery. I just made a new invention. I just invented a medicine that's going to cure a disease, or I just launched a new business, or I just started a new ministry, or I just wrote a piece of policy that's going to change lives. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say two things. First, call me Matt, And second, I'm proud of you, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because you're a person of hope. And the people who have the most hope are going to have the most impact on this world. And that's you. That's you. So commence from here, class of 2026, and bring beauty to ashes, bring hope to despair. We are so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2026. Please join me now in welcoming President Felix Theo Negraa from Western Theological Seminary.
Graduates, let me add to the chorus of congratulations that have been offered to you already. I feel incredible every time I come because you come up to me and you thank me for, and thank us for the opportunity that we have offered you. But here, you have been a blessing to us. You have been an exemplary model of perseverance, of dedication, of hard work, and of faithfulness. You inspire us, you challenge us, and you keep us going. So on behalf of Western Theological Seminary and so many who are cheering you on, congratulations on this commencement day. Hear these words of the Apostle Paul from the book of Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. Therefore, I urge you, brothers, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. As has been said over and over again, today, on Commencement Day, is a day with dual purpose. It's a day of acknowledging what you have accomplished, but also a day where we look forward to what is to come. And here's the reality. Romans 12 to capture precisely what you have been doing for these past 4 years. Some years ago, God prepared your hearts and your mind to respond to the opportunity to be a part of the Hope and Western Prison Education Program. You, out of obedience and faithfulness, responded to God's mercy to offer you a sacrifice, pleasing to God as an act of worship. You, as part of the Hope and Western Prison Education Program, have committed to a journey of being renewed, continuing renewal of your minds. But this renewal was intellectual. It was holistic, spiritual, moral, and vocational. You deeply reshaped. You have reshaped how you view God, how you view yourselves, how you view God's mission, and the mission God's called each and every one you into in this world. Here's what we know. A Christian liberal arts education is not simply about a transference of knowledge. It is a training to help you, to train you to think deeply, to ask good questions, to listen deeply and with humility, to discern what is true and good and beautiful. You've read philosophy, theology, literature, science, mathematics, and history, not to fill your heads, but to shape your hearts, to prepare you for a lifetime of meaningful vocation in service of the triune God and the common good. Now, this education does not erase your past, but this education also assures you that your past does not define your future. Instead, it gives you the tools to live with wisdom, to speak with grace, to act with courage and to love your neighbors wherever you are. Here's the reality. What you have been doing matter because you matter to God, to your community, to your brothers here, to your families. And though the world does not yet know how much you've grown, but you have been becoming precisely the kind of leaders our world so desperately needs. Men who live with integrity, purpose, and as President Scogan has eloquently said already, with hope. So today, you commence, not just with a degree and a diploma, but with the calling. You are now stewards of a mission from God. You are servants of a more profound wisdom. You are witnesses to the truth that transformation is always possible. And with God, everything is possible. For nothing is impossible with God. So go forward with courage. Congratulations, graduate. Well done. Well done. And now, join me in welcoming the address from a member of the graduating class, Larry.
Okay. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! I was glad when they said, let us go into the Muskegon Correctional Facility to start the HWPP program. I don't think y'all heard me. I said, when to start Cohort 2, where y'all at? Good afternoon. Thank you to our family and our friends for celebrating this monumental moment with us. We would like to acknowledge and thank all the stakeholders connected to HWPP. That includes MDOC administrators, but especially the MDOC staff, and more especially our donors. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that is streaming live, even our colleagues all the way from Scotland. We would also like to give a special thanks to people who may go unnoticed. Our Van Wylen and Cook librarians, who fill our various requests, which help raw materials that we refine into unique and priceless disguised teachers. Enough cannot be said about them. Our librarians are persistent, knowledgeable, and genuinely enjoy assisting Hugh Peppers. Where my Hugh Peppers at? Our success as scholars are tethered to their efforts. Please give them another round of applause. Today we are here to recognize the journey, achievements, transformation, and commencement of 10 men. Mr. Scott Mahoney, Mr. Ronald Williams, Mr. Anthony Raby, Mr. James Bell, Mr. Charles Conway, Mr. Damon Hudson, Mr. Andre Williams, Mr. Will DeHunt, Mr. Christopher Campos, and yours truly, Larry Conway. My friends call me Boogie with the Bible. Are you missing? All right. So, how does a college journey in prison begin? I'm glad you asked. For us, it began with individual men seizing the opportunity to discover and cultivate a better version of themselves. We started out as gems and stones. Though the pressure of self-doubt, we asked ourselves, can we achieve this? Do we have what it takes to accomplish this? We questioned if we could navigate all of the pressure and reach our goal of earning a bachelor's degree. Discovering the value that was hidden deep within each and every one of us. See, without pressure, a gem cannot be formed. Although the minerals are precious, pressure is paramount for the mineral, rich carbon atoms to restructure from deep within to form orderly crystal structures. Restructuring from deep within is something that our first-year seminar professor and academic advisor, Dr. Rich Ray, spoke to us in this quote, "Nolite timere duc in autum," which translates from Latin English meaning, "Do not be afraid, put out into the deep," or cast out into the deep. Thank you, Dr. You got a brother up here speaking Latin and everything. Initially, I thought this quote don't be afraid to discover things outside of myself, such as the vast mountain of knowledge on the path to this college degree. However, I have come to understand that this quote means to take the risk to look deep within myself. In our putting out into the deep, we recognize that the ability to be great was always in us. But this greatness and unlocked potential needed to be extracted. So we are thankful to you. We are thankful to our HWPP leadership and professors who supported us as we mined for this unlocked potential. We could not perceive the experience would scope and polish us to become improved scholars and men of different cultures and beliefs. We just knew that this experience was something that we needed to undergo. It was this diversity that helped broaden our perspectives and become better individuals. This opportunity to attend Hope College was a rare opening for us to expand our rehabilitation efforts. We were not forced to accomplish this goal. We chose to become drivers, not passengers, in our rehabilitation. Now that we have completed this leg of the journey, what's next for us? Despite the challenges associated with obtaining this degree, we chose to face these challenges head on. We began this excursion appearing not to have value. Now we are hewn, valuable, precious gemstones. Progressing forward, we will continue to showcase our value by being productive and positive individuals in all the arenas we encounter. As lifelong learners, we will express that this education has not only reshaped our thinking, but has polished us to the degree that we are more equipped to project through our actions the qualities of humility, productivity, and community. We will be the change that we seek, displaying the characteristics of devotion, leadership, and servanthood. There is hope for us. It is not over. We are not entitled. We have received grace, free and undeserved. Prison is an unnatural environment. It is challenging, attempting to navigate the duality of being a college student while incarcerated. However, prison cannot stifle our joy. We did family and friends proud. We did it to give an example to our fellow incarcerated people. We did it to show society we are worth not giving up on. We did it for ourselves. Know this, God is still blessing us. When you clap, it is not just for cohort 2. It is for God to us through. It is for the MDOC, Hope College, and Western Theological Seminary for collaborating. It is for the graduates and tutors before us, and the graduates that's after us. I'll end with this. I've heard it said, when it happens the first time, it's considered luck. When it happens the second time, it is considered a coincidence. When it happens the third time, it is considered a trend. When it happens the fourth time, it is the standard. When it happens the fifth time, it's the tradition. When it happens the sixth time, it's the legacy. So as I launch you gentlemen off, cohort 3. Be trendsetters, cohort 4. Be the standard, cohort 5. Make the tradition, cohort 6. Be the legacy. On behalf of the 2026 Hope College graduating class, thank you. This was the opportunity of a lifetime, and we didn't waste it. Thank you. I know Matt brought this up already, but I don't want us to forget Jennifer, who passed away a couple years ago, our colleague Andrew Red Owens, George Bo Richter, as well as Dr. Fred Johnson III. Let's always continue to say their names and remember them. At this time, I bring up Dr. April Ruiz.
August 28th, 2023 was my first day teaching in this program. I remember not getting much sleep the night before. Just like every prior semester of my teaching career, nervous excitement had entered my mind, racing like a kid the day before the first day of school. But that Monday felt different. When I entered the classroom and took my place at the front, 46 eyes were fixed on me, waiting for the start of their Introduction to Business course. Notebooks were open, pens were in hand. The room was quiet in the way a room becomes quiet when people understand the importance of an opportunity. At the time, 22 of those eyes belonged to the men in cohort 2. And that time and place, 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in LTA 1, would become our shared space for the next 15 weeks. What I expected was to teach business principles. What I did not yet understand was that I was about to witness something much deeper. The ongoing process of becoming. This year, the theme of becoming kept returning to me. In February, actress and producer Viola Davis received the NAACP Image Award, recognizing her excellence, impact, and advocacy. During her acceptance speech, she quoted author and coach Dan Sullivan, saying, "The definition of hell is, on your last day on earth, the person you became meets the person you could have become." When those words fell, the audience reacted with painful recognition. perhaps because the quote confronted the possibility of regret. But I did not hear those words with condemnation. I heard them as an invitation, a call to live intentionally, recognizing that the difficulty of changing your life now is far less than the pain of regret later. Viktor Frankl once wrote that when we are no longer able to change our situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Over the last few years, I've watched many of you do exactly that. Scripture tells us in Romans to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I have witnessed that transformation up close. Not in theory, not in abstraction, but in the pages you've written, the arguments you've made, the questions you've grappled with, and the persistence you've shown day after day, assignment after assignment. In our leadership class discussions, we returned often to the idea that leadership is stewardship, that authority is borrowed, and that integrity is what remains when options are limited. When this year's graduating class chose the theme Hidden Treasures, I kept returning to a simple realization. The greatest treasure uncovered here was not academic achievement alone. I had the privilege of teaching you an introduction to business and introduction to leadership. And in both courses, the same truth surfaced again and again. Organizations rise or fall, not on ideas alone, but on transformation, on who people become when no one is grading them. And yet, every time I walked into the classroom, I was reminded that no system, no structure, no walls could contain the life of the mind, the discipline of learning, the calling to grow. Hidden treasures are not found by escaping hard places. They are found by becoming someone who can see value inside them. And that is what hope truly is. Not the absence of difficulty, but the decision to pursue growth, truth, and the purpose in the midst of it. In other words, becoming. The real hidden treasure is this: you are not what you have done. You are also what you have chosen to become. Not something buried and forgotten, but something formed in places the world does not always see, shaped over time, under pressure, in quiet, unseen work. Something of great value that was never absent, only unrecognized. And now, it is no longer hidden. The book, A City Within a City, describes how two very different realities can exist under the same name. I found myself thinking of that often while teaching on two campuses belonging to the same college, one in Holland and one inside Muskegon Correctional Facility. Same college, same faculty, same standards, but not the same conditions. One campus offers open spaces, libraries, and freedom of movement. The other requires determination before the learning even begins. So today we celebrate not the difference in conditions, but the equality of achievement. You have done the same work, met the same standards, earned the same degree. Your diploma will say simply, Hope College. It will not list the obstacles or footnote the constraints. And that is because what you have achieved stands fully on its own. There was never a moment when I lowered the bar. The bar remained exactly where it is in every classroom at Hope. And you met it, time and time again. So if there is a college within a college here, it's not a lesser one. It is a reminder that excellence is not determined by environment, and calling is not confined by circumstance. On Palm Sunday, I was sitting in church listening to a sermon centered on the Gospel of Luke, 1941. The message carried a simple but haunting question: what could have been? It is a question that can follow a person, echoing in quiet moments, lingering over the years. What could have been if different choices had been made? If different paths had been taken? If things had unfolded a different way in life? And I imagine, because I know many of you, that this is not unfamiliar. Moments of reflection, moments of reckoning, moments of wondering what might have been. But here's what I want to say to you today. That question is no longer the defining question of your life. The story is not about what you could have been. Your story is about what is becoming. So I want to offer this charge to everyone here, graduates, families, colleagues. Live each day as if you are becoming the best version of who you are being called to be. Not someday, not when your conditions are perfect, but right now. And to the class of 2026, let me say this directly. Whatever questions you have carried about your past, whatever versions of your life you have imagined but did not live, do not define you. Because each day, through discipline, learning, perseverance, and faith, you are becoming who you are meant to become. Before we leave this moment, I want to be unmistakably clear on what's happened today. This degree is not symbolic. It is not conditional. It is not a rehearsal for something real. You have earned accredited bachelor's degrees by meeting real standards, analytical, ethical, and disciplined. In the language of business, you created value under constraint. And in the language of leadership, you did so without positional authority. What you have found here, knowledge, discipline, brotherhood, self-respect, are treasures that now belong to you. So walk forward with humility. Walk forward with discipline. Walk forward with hope. Because becoming is not finished today. In many ways, it begins again here. Congratulations, class of 2026.
God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. Hope College class of 2026. I look at you, and it's a reminder that God smiles on us every day. As Dr. Reed said, in your becoming, know that God is there. He is smiling on you, walking with you every step of the way, and will take you to new heights, new journeys,
families, friends, staff, visitors, family, faculty, thank you so much for pouring into these students in so many different ways and reminding them that God smiles directly on us and through us via one another. Thank you. Mr. President, the seniors whose names appear in the commencement program have fulfilled all the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. It is my pleasure, Mr. President, to present to you the members of the senior class for the conferral of these degrees. Will the members of the senior class please rise?
Thank you, Provost Griffin. With the authority vested in me by the sovereign state of Michigan and by official action of the Board of Trustees of Hope College, I hereby confer upon you the degree which you have earned, with all the rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Graduates, you are now college graduates. In a moment, you will be directed to the stage. Provost Griffin will read your names, and it will be my privilege to present the diplomas to each of you. You will also join a ritual of the Hope Western Prison Education Program, which Dr. David Stubbs will share with you now.
We have a ritual in the Hope Western Prison Education Program that has to do with this book, the Book of Enrollment. During the opening convocation at the beginning of each academic year, each incoming class writes their name in this book, as you can see. It's a ritual that says, you are part of us. Your name is written in our book. You have a permanent place in our HWPEP community. And now, as our 9 graduating students in their time in our program, we ask them to revisit the book. Now, after they receive their diplomas, we invite them to step up to that table right over there, find their signatures from 4 years ago, and complete their signatures by writing comma BA 2026 after their name. Graduates, I invite you to remember that convocation 4 years ago. I bet you had little idea what you were getting into when you signed your name in this book. It has been quite a journey that you've been on, and I know that writing BA after your name represents so much more. It represents so much growth in each one of you. You're not the same people that you were 4 years ago. I know that the text you studied, professors you've listened to, papers you've written, and the community you have been part of has written themselves on you. And you've written yourselves indelibly on our program as well. But your writing career is not done. I am eager to see how you will write your name on the future. Not only in this book, but I hope that you will create stories of faith, of leadership, of service, and of hope as you move forward. But for now, thank you for being willing to do the hard work to get a BA after your name. No one can take that away from you. So from the bottom of my heart, let me say one more time, congratulations to you.
Again, graduates, congratulations. Ms. Amy Uretti will direct you to come forward. As you walk across this stage, your relationship with the college does not end. In fact, today marks your first day as a member of the Hope College Alumni Association. Don't worry, it's free. And it is a lifelong membership connecting you with over 37,000 alumni in every state, as well as in over 80 countries. The commencement ceremony is an ancient rite handed down to us from the earliest European universities. It is an occasion for reflection, gratitude, and great joy. If this afternoon you feel the Holy Spirit leading you to clap, cheer, and shout, then by all means do so. And let's celebrate giving each graduate the special attention they have earned. And now, it is my great pleasure and honor to invite our graduates forward to receive their diplomas. It's your time, class of 2026. We will now begin. James Howard Bell. Christopher Michael Campos. Charles Conway. Larry Darnell Cowan. William M. DeHont. Damon Dushawn Hudson. Leon Scott Mahoney. Anthony Raby. Andre L.
We are continuing a tradition today. The tradition is a series of promises that the graduates make to become hope bringers to the world. Hope graduates are educated to think about life's most important issues with clarity, with wisdom, and deep understanding of the foundational commitments of the historic Christian faith. They are prepared to communicate effectively, bridging boundaries that divide human communities. They are agents of hope who live faithfully into their vocations. Hope graduates make a difference in the whole world. I have a series of promises, and I'd like you to respond with "we do" or "we will." Graduates, do you promise to continue to pursue truth and knowledge as you move forward in life, in order that your own mind will continue to be renewed and our society's knowledge enriched. We do. That's authority. That's authority. Graduates, will you use your knowledge and skills for leadership in ways that promote the common good, serve those around you, and lead to your own flourishing? We will! Graduates, will you seek to bridge the boundaries that divide human communities? And will you continue to exhibit the humility to listen, the hospitality to welcome, the patience to understand, the courage to challenge, and the honesty to speak truth and love as you live and work with others? We will! Graduates, if you continue to do these things, you will truly be agents of hope, and you will make a positive difference in the world. We are so proud of you. Congratulations.
The choir will now lead you in 2 songs. The first song is a song of blessing called May the Lord Bless You, and it will be followed shortly by the Hope College alma mater hymn. We're going to sing each song twice, and the first time through, the choir would like to sing it for you, and the second time, I'm going to invite you to join us in singing. You'll find the words printed in your programs.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Shawn Taluki. I'm an Assistant Education Manager for the Michigan Department of Corrections. I just want to give a couple of closing remarks while we come to the end of the ceremony. First, I want to thank our director, who cannot be with us today, for her leadership and unwavering belief in her power of education. Her vision has opened doors that allow programs like this to flourish. And to my education team, especially the CPC Short and Principal Leslie, I want to thank you for your daily commitment to post-secondary. It's often unseen, but your work have made tremendous effect in the life of our students. I also want to extend my thanks to Warden Schreibner and his entire team for their commitment to making post-secondary education available while in the facility. Their support helped create environments where learning and transformation can take root. So I want to express my gratitude also to Hope and Western for their partnership and dedication to post-secondary inside our facility. Your faculty, staff, and leadership has demonstrated what it means to invest in human potential. And finally, I want to thank the families for your encouragement and your sacrifice and your steady support that you provide. Your belief in these graduates had carried them further than you would ever know. Now to our graduates. Standing here today, I am deeply aware that commencement is far more than a ceremony. It is a moment that represents years of determination, sacrifice, and courage. Each of you have pursued your education in a setting that demands resilience every single day, and yet you have done more than persevere, you have thrived. Your accomplishments speak to your intellect and your talent, but it also speaks to your character. You choose to invest in your growth. You choose to follow through to the work when it was difficult, and you also choose to trust that your future can look different than your past. Those choices make not just for you, but your families and your communities, and all of us that believe in the power of transformation. Those choices matter. As you step into the next chapter, I challenge you to this simple thing. Carry forward your habits that you built here: curiosity, discipline, and hope. Continue to learn. Continue to challenge assumptions, including your own, and continue to believe that your life has meaning and purpose, because it does. The work into or enter into a new needs people who understand that what perseverance looks like, what community feels like, and what redemption requires. You are those people. So walk into the future with dignity and confidence. Hold one another up. And remember, today is not the end of your education, it's just the beginning of your influence. So congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you, and we look forward to the impact that you will make in the future.
I would like to invite you all to stand for the alma mater hymn, and I'm going to invite you to sing it with us the second time through.
Graduates, if you will please remain standing to receive the benediction. After the benediction, the rest of you are invited to remain in your seats for the recessional. After the recessional, I will give you specific parting instructions. Beloved children of God, beloved children of God, beloved children of God, beloved children of God, receive this blessing from Psalm 121. Lift up your eyes to the hills. Where does your help come from? Your help comes from the living God, the one through whom the earth and the heavens came into being. He will not let you fall headlong. He is your protector. He will guard your path. The sun will not beat you down by day, nor will the moon by night. God is your protector. God will protect you from all evil. God will protect your mind, your heart, your soul. God will protect your going out and your coming in now and forevermore. Amen.